It's September. Emma sits on the balcony of her new apartment, playing her guitar. I like it here, she thinks. Just then, her phone rings. It's her friend Daniel. I'm coming now, Emma. It's Lakeview Apartments in Charlton, right? Yes, that's right. See you soon. Emma puts her guitar down and leaves her apartment. She takes the elevator down and steps outside. As she waits in front of the building, a young man walks down the street, holding a bunch of white roses. Emma notices them. Those roses are so pretty, she thinks. Then she looks at the young man. He looks nice too, she thinks. Their eyes meet, and he smiles. Emma suddenly feels her cheeks getting warm. Will is walking down the street when he sees a young woman with a guitar. A guitar, he thinks. I should play mine more often. Then he looks at her again. She's really nice. He smiles a little. Emma quickly looks away, feeling shy, her face turning pink. Will walks into Lakeview Apartments just as Daniel drives up and stops her car. Hey, Emma, Daniel says. Are you okay? Your face looks a little pink. What's wrong? Oh, nothing, Emma says, trying to act normal. As they drive away, Daniel talks, but Emma is lost in her thoughts. Who is he? She wonders. Does he live here? And those roses, who are they for? A wife? A girlfriend? His mother? Emma, are you even listening? Daniel asks, laughing. Oh, sorry, Daniel, Emma says, feeling her face get even redder. What are you thinking about? Daniel asks with a teasing smile. Well, about a bunch of roses, Emma says. And a man. Aha! Daniel grins. Who is he? I don't know, Emma sighs. But I want to know. Meanwhile, Will arrives at his grandmother's apartment. Hello, dear, she greets him warmly. You are such a sweet boy, always bringing me flowers. Of course, Gran, Will says, smiling. As she makes coffee, she asks him something, but he doesn't reply. Will, are you listening? You look like you're thinking about something. What is it? Oh, sorry, Gran. It's nothing. Later, as he says goodbye and gets into his car, he keeps thinking about the girl with the guitar. Where does she live? He wonders. Does she live here, or was she just visiting someone? He sighs. How can I meet her? 5 minutes later, Emma and Daniel stop outside the apartment building. Good night, Daniel, Emma says as she gets out. Go inside quickly, Daniel teases. Imagine stepping out of the elevator, and there he is, holding another bunch of roses, saying, Oh, stop it, Emma laughs. See you tomorrow. Now it's September. Will visits his grandmother again. It's such a nice day, Will, she says. Let's have our coffee on the balcony. As they sit in the sun, Will suddenly hears something. Listen, he says, that's a guitar. He stands up and looks around. Where is it coming from? He looks everywhere but can't see the guitar. Excuse me, Gran, he says. I'll be right back. Will hurries down the hallway, trying to find the sound. He stops outside an apartment and listens. Nothing. Maybe it's outside, he thinks. Maybe she's on her balcony. He takes the elevator down and steps outside. But upstairs, Emma has just finished playing. She takes her guitar inside and closes the balcony door. That's enough for today, she thinks. Will looks up at all the balconies, searching, but he can't hear or see a guitar anywhere. Back at his grandmother's apartment, she watches him closely. "Are you okay, dear?" "Yes, I'm fine, Gran," he says, though he seems distracted. "It's just, oh, never mind." "Well, if you keep thinking about it, it must be important," she says gently. With a sigh, Will finally tells her about the girl with the guitar. A week later, Emma is coming home when she sees the same young man near the building. This time, he is holding pink roses. She watches him, but he doesn't see her. She walks faster, but when she reaches the entrance, he is gone. She steps into the elevator and suddenly smells something familiar. Roses. Soft, sweet, and fresh. One afternoon, as Emma arrives home, she sees an elderly woman struggling with several shopping bags near the entrance. "Oh, can I help you?" Emma asks. "Let me carry something for you." "Thank you so much, dear," the woman says, smiling. Inside the apartment, the woman looks at her kindly. "Would you like some coffee?" "That's very nice of you," Emma says with a smile. "I'm new here, and I don't know anyone in the building yet." "What do you do, dear?" the woman asks as she makes the coffee. "I study music," Emma replies. The woman brings over the coffee and smiles. "These apartments are lovely, aren't they?" "Oh, yes," Emma says. "I really like it here." The woman nods. "So do I." As they talk, she tells Emma about her apartment and about Charlton. Later, Emma gets up. "I have to go now," she says. "Thanks for the coffee." "Goodbye, dear," Gran says as Emma walks out. What a nice girl, Gran thinks. Then a thought comes to her. A music student. Maybe she's the girl with the guitar? She smiles a little. Maybe I can invite her over when Will comes. But then she shakes her head. No, I don't even know which apartment she lives in. That week, Daniel talks to Emma. I'm having a party on Saturday, she says. Can you come? Of course, Emma says. Your parties are always fun. Daniel then calls her brother. James, come to my party on Saturday, she tells him, and bring some friends. On Saturday, James arrives with his friends. Hey, Daniel, he says. Meet my friends. This is Tom, Brad, and Will. Just then, Daniel's phone rings. She answers it. I'm really sorry, Daniel, Emma says. I can't come to your party. I don't feel well. Oh no, Emma, that's too bad, Daniel says. Get some rest and feel better soon. The party is great. Will meets Natalie, Jane, and Katie, but not Emma. October comes, and Will visits his grandmother again, but he doesn't see Emma. He walks down the hallway listening, but there is no sound of a guitar. Where is she? He wonders. Emma spends a week visiting her family. When she comes back to her apartment, she hopes to see Will, but he isn't there. There are lots of guys around, Daniel tells her, but Emma can't forget about him. Then Gran has to stay in the hospital for 2 weeks. One day, Will visits her. How are you today, Gran? He asks. I feel much better, dear, she says. I'm going home on Friday. That's great, Will says. Maybe on Thursday, I can buy some things for you and bring them to your apartment. That's very kind of you, Will, Gran says, smiling. After work on Thursday, Will goes to the store and buys everything Gran needs. He also buys a bunch of roses. As he puts everything in his car, it starts to rain. Just as he is about to get in, he sees his friend Tom. "Where are you going?" Will asks. "I'm going home to Eastfield," Tom says. "I'm going to my grandmother's apartment in Charlton. I can take you to Eastfield first." "That would be great." "Oh, can you also take my friend Emma? She's going to Charlton." "Sure," Will says. A little later, Tom and Emma get into Will's car. "Thanks, Will," Tom says. "The weather is really bad tonight." "No problem," Will says. He drops Tom off first, then asks Emma, "Where are you going?" "Lakeview Apartments on Park Road." Will raises his eyebrows. "That's funny. I'm going to Lakeview Apartments too." A thought comes to his mind. Is she the girl with the guitar? He looks in the mirror, but he can't see her face clearly. Emma sits quietly. Do I smell roses? She wonders. Is he the man with the roses? Soon, they reach the apartment building. As they step out of the car, they look at each other and speak at the same time. "Oh, it's you! You play the guitar. And you always bring roses." "Yes," Will laughs. "I always bring roses for my grandmother." His grandmother, Emma thinks. Not a wife? Not a girlfriend. "She's coming home from the hospital tomorrow," Will says. "I was just bringing some things to her apartment." "Do you need any help?" Emma asks. "That would be great," Will says, smiling. They go up to Gran's apartment together. Will puts away the groceries while Emma puts the roses in a vase. "Aren't they beautiful?" she says. "I love roses. They smell so nice." "Thanks for helping me, Emma," Will says. "No problem," she says. Then, after a short pause, she adds, "Would you like to come to my apartment for some coffee?" "I'd love to," Will says, smiling. They walk upstairs together. The next day, Gran comes home. Will visits her with a bunch of red roses. "You look really happy, Will," Gran says. "And red roses? Don't they mean love?" Will just smiles. 10 minutes later, he leaves Gran's apartment and walks upstairs, still holding the roses. Gran sits on her balcony, enjoying the warm sun. In the distance, she hears a soft guitar tune. Then the music stops. She hears voices, Will's and Emma's. Then Emma laughs. Gran smiles. The sweet scent of red roses fills the air as the sunlight shines on the balcony. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share. More emotional and inspiring stories are coming soon.